Good evening. We begin with the latest on the situation in Mexico. Canadian flights are once again taking off to Puerto Vallarta just days after the popular tourist region was swept up in a wave of violence. But some travelers are heading to the area, are expressing concern and are being urged to exercise a high degree of caution. CTV's Tyler Fleming reports.
Tom and Linda are on their way to Puerto Vallarta, their first time traveling to Mexico.
Oh, a lot of concern, but Porter didn't cancel the flight.
In fact, all Canadian airlines have resumed service to the area after the situation appeared to stabilize following recent cartel violence.
The government of Canada, they had a level 3 warning out originally, but that's been rescinded now. So we're going to a resort, so it should be self-enclosed, so hopefully we'll feel a little more secure.
The couple are meeting family who've been there for weeks.
We talked to them and they said the last couple of days everything's been good.
On Sunday, Mexican authorities killed a cartel drug lord. The group swiftly responded and violence spread across several states. There were power failures, shelter-in-place warnings, and heavy military presence.
It's very calm today. The Navy has a ship here. I think there's 2,000 soldiers that have been conscripted to this area.
Former Deputy Prime Minister Sheila Copps is in Puerto Vallarta and believes the cartel will not be returning to the area.
Been down here 40 years, and this is the first time I've ever seen anything like that. So I'm counting on the fact it's going to go back to normal, and we have felt very safe here.
But the government is leaving the choice to cancel trips up to Canadians.
Take a decision on a day-to-day basis, recognizing that the trajectory towards next week is looking positive.
As March break approaches, travel experts urge people to watch advisories and say insurance is essential.
And answers about canceling have to do more with, did you buy travel insurance? Did you buy cancellation? If you did, you were smart. If you didn't, it's too late.
Many still choosing to make the trip down south.
No concern whatsoever. I've never, ever feared for my safety there and just absolutely love it. If I could, I would move there.
Tyler Fleming, CTV News.
And stay with CTV News for continuing coverage of the situation in Mexico. For updates on radio, tune in to News Talk 580, CFRA, and CTV News Channel at any hour. All right, and now for a first check on weather. While we did have some sunny skies, we are anticipating snow moving through eastern Ontario. Here's a look at our weather tracker right now, and we'll likely see flurries moving through the valley really closer to midnight. It's after midnight and into the early parts that we could see between 2 to 4 centimeters of snow. So plan your commute early. Make sure to give yourself time to bundle up as well as clear the driveways. The snow will steadily move through Wednesday into the evening, and when all is said and done, we are anticipating 5 to 10 centimeters for parts of the region. We'll see more in parts of Ontario where a special weather statement is in effect, where we can see blowing snow, local blowing snow. But here in Ottawa, we are anticipating few flurries moving through. The good news is, though, we are anticipating warmer temperatures as well, where we will see a daytime high of -3 degrees. Ottawa police are investigating the discovery of human remains found not far from the home of a man who has been missing since 2019. The remains were discovered near Rideau Road and Albion Road in early November 2025. That's near Corey Baldwin's home in Greeley, which is where he was last seen in April 2019. Police believe he was murdered and in December offered a $75,000 reward for information leading to an arrest in the case. Police say there is no confirmation the remains are Baldwin's. Investigators are awaiting DNA results. And 3 people were brought to hospital after a multi-vehicle crash in Rockland today. The collision happened around 11 a.m. on Highway 17 between Carmen Bergeron Street and Cannon Road, just east of Ottawa. According to the Ontario Provincial Police, it was a head-on crash and involved a total of 4 vehicles. None of the victims' injuries are considered life-threatening. The road was closed for several hours in the area for the investigation, but has since reopened. Police are investigating after shots were fired in the Old Ottawa East neighborhood this morning. Officers were called to Main Street around 4 a.m. Evidence found at the scene confirmed a shooting did occur. There are no reported injuries, and anyone with information is asked to contact the Ottawa Police Services Guns and Gangs Unit. A Cornwall teenager is facing several criminal charges after multiple incidents involving stolen vehicles. According to police, a vehicle reported stolen on February 15th was involved in a collision the following day. The teen was allegedly driving and failed to remain at the scene. And yesterday, police responded to another stolen vehicle complaint involving the same teen who allegedly rammed a Cornwall police cruiser and then a school bus. No one was injured. The 14-year-old was arrested yesterday, police saying during his arrest he assaulted one officer and bit another. Well, health officials are warning Kingston residents about possible measles exposure at 3 locations after a new confirmed case of the virus. One of the locations is Kingston Hall at Queen's University. Anyone who was there on February 10th between 11:30 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. is asked to monitor for symptoms. Other possible exposure sites include the Good Life Fitness on Barrack Street on February 9th and the Metro on Barry Street on February 13th. Symptoms include high fever, cough, runny nose, red watery eyes, and a red rash. Well, it's an alarming trend for drivers with accessibility issues. Ottawa bylaw says in just the first 2 months of this year, they issued over 500 tickets for accessible parking violations and seized permits that were being misused. One was even fake. CTV's Dylan Dyson reports.
Running errands becomes that much more difficult for Orrin Clayton when an accessible parking spot is taken by a driver who shouldn't be using it.
About maybe 1 in 10 times. There's a spot over in front of the Shoppers Drug Mart over here that sometimes somebody slips into the spot.
Unfortunately for drivers with valid accessible parking permits, Ottawa bylaw says this happens all too often.
This year to date, in January and February of 2026, we've issued 561 tickets for accessible parking permit violations.
In a recent weekend blitz, Ottawa bylaw says it seized 11 accessible parking permits.
Those 11 permits were seized. 7 of them were for accessible misuse. There was 3 expired permits as well as 1 fake permit.
Drivers say when this happens, it is incredibly frustrating.
I think they're rude and inconsiderate to do something like that because they don't realize just how inconvenient it is for some people. Have a really difficult time getting around, and so smarten up.
The fine for one of those tickets, $500.
We do these, this enforcement for a reason. These spots are designed for individuals with a valid accessible parking permit. And when we come across, whether it's fake permits, expired permits, misuse of permits, or no permit whatsoever, we will issue a ticket.
Drivers are able to obtain an accessible parking permit for free by registering through Service Ontario.
I wish they'd let us have the spots we assigned to. Sometimes I feel guilty. I'm not holding a club in my hand, but there's one in the car here.
Dylan Dyson, CTV News.
See him. It's his body in the lane, and then not able to deny the header due to Haiti.
Atletico Ottawa plays their second leg of the CONCACAF Champions Cup tonight in Nashville. We'll have the results when we return. Well, here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam for downtown Ottawa. It's minus 13 degrees out there right now. We are expecting snow to move in through the next few hours, but it's not likely going to be as much as our friends in Atlantic Canada. A major blast of winter has been pummeling the Maritimes, bringing heavy snow and high winds. All schools across Nova Scotia and PEI are closed, and many in New Brunswick are shut down as well. In the Halifax region, snow routes are in effect for transit, and people have been asked to stay home as cleanup efforts are underway. And the shovels and plows are out trying to dig out after a massive weekend storm in hard-hit Newfoundland. Authorities say the volume of snow in St. John's has left very little room for it to be put away. More than 100 centimeters of snow fell in the area in less than a week. Well, we didn't quite see that here quite yet, and yes, we are anticipating snow, but we won't be anywhere near this. That's the good news. We are looking at temperatures for the overnight going down to about -13, feeling like -20 around the midnight hour. The snow expected to come closer to just after 2 a.m. for at least here in Ottawa. Parts of the valley could already start to see the light flurries moving through. We're getting to a daytime high about -3. That won't be until about 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. But again, the snow will steadily move through our Wednesday. Parts of eastern Ontario could see some freezing rain as well, but it shouldn't last very long. It should clear by the time Thursday rolls around. And taking a look at those overnight lows, -13, feeling like -20. Tomorrow, a daytime high about -1. We've got about 5 to 10 centimeters of snow anticipated. Across eastern Ontario, temperatures overnight lows will be around -11, -14 degrees. Again, with that wind chill, feeling a bit closer to -18. Tomorrow's daytime highs will hover around the freezing mark, about 0 to 1 degree. But again, here in Ottawa, it could be around -4. Clear skies for our Thursday. This is the good news. And as we look towards our 7 days, we are likely going to see the chance of flurries linger for our Thursday. Friday, the daytime high, that's when things are going to start to warm up once again. 2 degrees is the anticipated daytime high with a mix of sun and cloud. Well, it's a day many music fans in the capital have been waiting for. The full lineup for Ottawa Blues Fest is out. And whether you're into pop, country, or rock, the multi-day festival has something for everyone. CTV's Peter Sperling has the details on this year's headliners.
In less than 5 short months, LeBreton Flats will go from this to 9 days of music as Blues Fest returns to the capital.
It's just one of those days when you don't want to wake up.
Many in Ottawa waking up to news of this year's full lineup, which is making Blues Fest superfans like Reed DeLong, who has been attending the full festival for nearly 15 years, happy.
I was pretty much excited right off the bat. So, like, all the lineups in the 9 days, I was, there's a lot on each day that I'm like, oh, gotta see that one, gotta see that one, gotta see that one.
From Sheryl Crow to Limp Bizkit, this year's headliners include Gwen Stefani,
On the wrong side of the truck bed.
country music artist Hardy,
You can tell your old man.
and Cody Johnson, along with fan favorites like the Lumineers and Cypress Hill.
We try to cover up all the genres.
Blues Fest executive and artistic director says the festival is a massive draw for the capital.
It's one of the largest festivals in Canada right now, in North America, in fact. And we have over 250,000 people that attend the festival every year.
And new this year, a partnership with Hard Rock Hotel and Casino with a branded stage and platinum level VIP experience.
It aligns perfectly with our brand, and being Ottawa's bicentennial year, we also wanted to contribute in a meaningful way.
A one-day pre-sale starts Wednesday at 10 a.m. for a shareable 9-day pass.
Hopefully getting in the queue and getting my pass locked down.
Peter Sperling, CTV News.
Meanwhile, on the soccer pitch, Atletico Ottawa hoping to redeem themselves tonight in their second leg of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. The team losing the first round to Nashville SC last week in Hamilton.
Garcia gets his body in the lane and then not able to deny the header to Duhaney Walker. It was nearly the Canadian to nod it over the line into the wide open goal from maybe a yard. It's the backbreaker Ottawa were trying to avoid. Alex Wheel.
It's an easy tap-in for Nashville SC's Alex Meal, rebounding off the post in the 20th minute. Atletico struggling to keep up, hoping for a goal, but to no avail. Atletico Ottawa lose 5-0 and lose the overall series 7-0. Now, this year's CONCACAF Champions Cup marked Ottawa's debut in international competition after clinching the CPL title last year.
Look at these guys. I recognize every one of you. I know every one of you.
The U.S. men's hockey team arrived at the White House this afternoon attending the State of the Union address. The players, including Austin Matthews and Brady Tkachuk, shook hands with Trump in the Oval Office. The women's team declined their invite. The Sens return tomorrow for their first practice since the Olympic break. They play Thursday at home.
Our folks at DCC know they have to move quickly, and they are moving quickly. But we've got construction underway across the country now.
After the break, a new multi-billion-dollar plan lays the foundation to get D&D spending out of the rental market. The federal government is unveiling the second phase of an ambitious plan to build military housing across the country, something critics say has been lacking for years. Around 2,000 residential units will be built here in eastern Ontario, but there are a few details about how long this could all take. CTV's Katie Griffin reports.
In Ottawa and across the country, more housing for Canadian Armed Forces members and their families is on the way.
We're moving at a pace and a speed never seen before. And so our folks at DCC know they have to move quickly, and they are moving quickly. But we've got construction underway across the country now.
The federal government announcing phase 2 of its plan to expand military housing, earmarking more than $3 billion for roughly 7,500 new units. That includes more than 1,000 in Petawawa, 900 in Kingston, and 280 in Ottawa.
I hear about how important it is to have modern and accessible housing for our members as well as their families.
This all comes after a report from the Auditor General last year found D&D was falling short on providing enough and adequate military housing and found that at some bases many quarters were in poor physical condition and had significant issues. The units will primarily include 1- and 2-bedroom apartments in 25 locations. The Canadian Forces Housing Agency says it will use modern methods of construction, including modular and prefabricated building systems. In a statement, the Conservative Shadow Minister for National Defence writes Conservatives support getting homes built for our troops. However, we remain skeptical that the Liberals will actually deliver based on their track record. There's no timeline for when the units will be built. The National Defence Minister admits it will take several years.
It will relieve pressure on local housing markets and ensure that CAF members and their families have access to the modern, affordable homes they deserve.
And we're getting a look at how much Ottawa's mayor and councillors earned last year. A new report shows 23 councillors made $119,000 in 2025, while the mayor earned a salary of nearly $214,000. Salaries remained fairly steady from 2024. However, the mayor and councillors could receive a raise after this year's municipal election. Last September, councillors directed staff to align pay with other municipalities.
But I've made, in no uncertain terms, my expectation clear to the new senior management at Via Rail that this must improve, that customer service, communication with customers must improve.
The federal transport minister is calling on Via Rail to improve reliability and customer service. Stephen McKinnon made those comments at a parliamentary committee yesterday. During the second week of February, Via canceled dozens of trips on the Ottawa-Montreal corridor, citing operational constraints. Meanwhile, the Carlton Tavern is set to see a makeover as part of a proposed development plan in Ottawa's Hintonburg. Tonight, a community information session was held for residents in the area. CTV's Sean Varden has been following these developments. Sean.
Jackie, it was a packed meeting at the Hintonburg Community Centre tonight, where Taggart Developments updated the community on their plans to build a 38-story apartment building on a site that includes the historic Carlton Tavern near the Parkdale Market.
That location is certainly a place where density makes sense because it's so close to the transit station, and it isn't impacting neighborhoods because of the fact that there's already some density to the north.
Great points on both sides, lots of nuance, a lot of questions left unanswered. I will absolutely be sending in a brief on the problems I see. I will probably be putting together a website. I'm going to try and organize some people through Morning Owl, a local coffee shop.
Residents raised concerns about the proposal's height, its impact on traffic, the affordability of units, and the future of the local landmark. The councillor for the area, Jeff Leeper, supports the potential development, saying this follows the priorities set out by the city and the province.
Between Parkdale and Holland, Scott and Wellington is one of those places in the city where we've said the big tall towers should go. That doesn't minimize the impact that has on the residents who live most closely adjacent. Ultimately, this is what our official plan says. We need the housing.
If the proposal is approved, it will add 465 residential units, 4 levels of underground parking and a privately owned public space. But even if it is approved, shovels won't be breaking ground for at least 3 to 5 years. Jackie?
CTV's Sean Varding reporting live for us tonight. Thank you, Sean.
We really want to show the community and unity that we have at this school.
Just ahead, students at an Ottawa high school work with a local artist on a special Black History Month mural. Supporters of the University of Ottawa Heart Institute are helping light the Capitol red. Thomas Kavanaugh Construction supports the life-saving research and care happening right here in the community. An Ottawa high school is turning its atrium into a statement of unity. Holy Trinity Catholic High School has commissioned a local artist to help students create a mural celebrating diversity. CTV's Dave Charbonneau reports.
This is the artwork of Alan Andre, a Black Ottawa artist showcasing his talent at Sacred Heart High School in Stittsville, a vivid mural to celebrate Black History Month. And at another school nearby, Alan Andre will be leading students in painting another mural this week.
That process when I thought of.
Students have been busy sketching out ideas.
We really want to show the community and unity that we have at this school because there's so many different cultures at this school right now.
The school is very diverse, and obviously in our classes sometimes we don't really see that. For me, I didn't really see that, but when you walk around in the atrium and stuff like that, you can see that there's a lot of groups of people here.
It's also framed well by the doors as well.
Yeah. The canvas is blank now, awaiting the creativity of students.
There's a lot of division going on in the world right now, and we're trying to create something that is basically going to try and unite everybody. We want to create an art piece that everyone can see a bit of themselves in.
A project the school says is all about unity.
When the students found out that Alan Andre was coming to paint this mural and collaborate with them on the BSA, they actually screamed because they were so excited because they were familiar with his artwork.
It was going to be very fun to paint like all the colors because we want it to be very like bold and colorful. So I'm very excited to paint like people and flags and stuff like that.
Each row has a different kind of patterning, and it'll give them something to look forward to every day because I know that there are a bunch of murals upstairs that when I was in 7th grade, 8th grade, I loved seeing them around. We had so many great ones, and so I hope that this can be what it was for me to all the other students at the school.
We want it kind of to be like a map.
Painting of the Holy Trinity mural will begin later this week. Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
I'm coming to the cottage.
Coming up, the famed cottage from Heated Rivalry will soon be available to book on Airbnb. More on that just ahead.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Tanea Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass sky cam. It's a chilly -13 degrees out right now. We are anticipating snow moving through in the overnight hours, already beginning to see some light flurries blanketing downtown Ottawa. And with our final check on weather, taking a look at tomorrow, don't be surprised to see 2 to 4 centimeters of snow to start your day. So allocate some time to shovel the driveway and clear the sidewalks. Waking up to about -10, feeling like -18 degrees. Getting to a daytime high, though, of -3, so we are starting to warm up. Flurries could linger for Thursday. Friday, though, we will be at 2 degrees with a mix of sun and cloud. And finally for us tonight, Heated Rivalry fans will soon get to take in the same views as the show's main characters, Shane Hollander and Ilya Rozanov.
I'm coming to the cottage.
That celebrated line from the popular Crave show could become a reality for fans who want to visit the cottage. The lakefront Muskoka home is the setting for the show's season finale, where the main characters mark a turning point in their relationship. Airbnb is now opening the 3-bedroom home for bookings. Starting March 3rd, guests can book weekend stays through May, priced at about $250 a night. And summer bookings start on June 1st, with the price for summer stays has not yet been revealed. Well, that's it for CTV News on February 24th. CTV News continues online anytime with our digital team, keeping you up to date at ctvnewsottawa.ca. And you can also watch our newscast live on the CTV News app anytime. And for news on the go, listen to News Talk Radio 580 CFRA. For all of us at CTV News, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful evening.